And also you attended the Big Leadership Academy last January. That's actually where we first met.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That Leadership Academy was, first off, it was awesome. It came at a perfect time, just coming off the Christmas holidays. And it's like, you got to get back into the gear of like professionalism and getting back to work. And it was just refreshing. It really like when you're about to begin the race that is the year, it was a great starting point.
Mm-hmm.
We went over so many different leadership aspects, and I identified areas of weakness that I didn't even realize were an area of weakness for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely experienced growth. Definitely experienced a lot of growth and was able to come back and immediately implement it at my center. And we still use those tools today.
I've been traveling with the project since 2013 was my first trip. And I feel personally, I've just developed more confidence like in myself and knowing that I've been in some really crazy situations in the different countries working with the different people, and outside of just professionally, like you've learned to become more flexible. A lot of growing pains and like cultural adjustments that I feel like I've had to make, but I've been able to take that and put it and bring it back home with me. And I just feel like as a person, I can just say I've just grown and developed and has been able to become more compassionate and empathetic towards other people. I feel like more so than I was in the past. And just like a bigger understanding of looking at where somebody's coming from versus just taking things on a personal level and just stepping back and listening. And because when you're working with such different types of people that you may or may not ever see again, or that you may develop a friendship or a closer bond with, you just really have to learn to put your differences aside and just be open. And vulnerable, a word that Cassie likes to use, which is a very positive word. So that's for me. Yeah. It's kind of hard to encompass 7 years into just a few sentences.
Right. And with each trip, did you learn something new about yourself every time?
Yes, every trip. Because I never traveled with anybody twice. So on all of those trips, it was like someone new. I've been to a couple countries, or more than a couple, but several countries twice. So seeing myself the first time I went versus like the second time I went, or maybe even the third time I went, it was just a moment to like really like be proud of yourself.
So for me personally, let me start by giving it just a little bit of background. I have been married for 21 years, and my husband was in the military and he retired. And so I spent so many years kind of following kind of behind his career and uprooting myself and restarting over and starting over in multiple states. So this was my first trip by myself. This was my first travel without him. And let me tell you, my prompt dependence was crazy. We actually came to New York a couple of days early, scouted out everything, mapped out how I would get to the store. Like everything had been, written out exactly. This is what you need to do. And you need to make a new friend. And thank goodness I did. My team ended up I got an amazing team. But that just personally, like stepping out on faith, like I've always been confident in my professional, but I wasn't as confident in my personal. Like, could I go out and really stand on my own? And to have this come right, so shortly after I just stepped out on my own and opened up my own business and those things where it's me and I need to lean on me and I need to learn more about me. That was really amazing. So just learning more cultural awareness. I didn't realize how little cultural awareness I had because I was because of my ethnic background. I just assumed, hey, my family are from other countries, and so therefore I already know. I know what it's like to be. And then I realized I really didn't. And I wasn't used to going somewhere and me being a guest and making sure that I didn't offend or violate or step on a toe, just that how it is harder for people when they come over. So just being more awareness of how much harder you have to try when you're in something new was new for me. My communication skills, I feel like I was a great communicator, but we learned a lot through work being put on a team that was as diverse as it was. And that was the first time that I wasn't the leader of a team. So
interesting. Yeah.
Woo, that was like, whoa. I'm not leading. Okay, how does this work? So I jumped on it and just really seeing how you put puzzle pieces together and bring out everyone's strength and, when to lead and when to follow. That was huge for me. Learning conflict resolution where you could see like, hey, we're in a team and we're making a team decision and we want to voice our opinions, but make sure that our opinions that are different don't turn to conflict. So how to really navigate like voicing our opinions and giving the background as to why we've made that opinion, like why professionally or personally, this is why I think it should be this way, and not seeing that through the lens of conflict, seeing that through the lens of growth.
Right.
That was new for me. So I had a lot of personal growth and it really just inspired me to do more and to learn more. In India, we were in Chandigarh, the school. SOREM, it had such a diverse levels, age groups and severity levels and things there that it really prompted me to say, hey, I need to go back and finish this doctorate in developmental psychology. There's some information gap that I could go back, and if I knew that, how much more of an expert would I be? So professionally, it inspired me as well to go back, and so I am back in and trucking on along. So many great things happened personally and professionally from that, from my time with Global Autism.
You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.